Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Kneon. I'm not here with Geeky Sparkles. I'm going to talk about Doctor Who because she doesn't care about Doctor Who. Nobody cares about Doctor Who, and that is the problem. Because I don't think there's going to be any more Doctor Who for at least a couple of years. It's sounding that way. Even Russell T Davies is like, yeah, we don't know what's going on. I'm like, bullshit. Can I say that in 30 seconds into the video? You know what's going on. You just don't want to publicly admit as to what's going on, which is basically, as I understand it, Disney is not going to throw any more money at Doctor Who. They've got bigger things to worry about. They've got other stuff that actually makes money they'd rather spend millions and millions of dollars on, and that leaves the BBC to finance it, and they might not want to. They might not be able to. Unless they just kind of drop Doctor Who on Earth and have him, kick around unit for a couple of years. We've done that before to save money, but yeah, we're gonna talk about this. It's over, guys. It's over. It's so bad that Bleeding Cool, which have been huge cheerleaders for Doctor Who, are even like, yeah, the show needs fixed. We might even have to reboot it. I'm like, oh, you don't say. You don't say. That's how bad things are. So let's talk about this. Before you get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. Check out our premium is that what it is? Premium content over on news.clownfishtv.com. Going to centralize all of our membership stuff, community stuff over there. I believe this is Substack. It seems to be where everybody's going, is doing news related stuff. If they're not already on Patreon, and I don't really trust Patreon, so let's go to news.clownfishtv.com. This comes from Deadline. Doctor Who showrunner casts more doubt over series future as UK ratings plummet. We don't know what's happening. Yes, you do. You do, in fact, know what's happening. Russell T Davies says he remains in the dark over Doctor Who's fortune. In the production diary for the latest issue of Doctor Who magazine, Davies said the BBC's iconic sci-fi series will never end, but he was less certain about its immediate future following season 15. Who could have seen that coming? We don't know what's happening yet. While everyone works that out, I'll take a pause on this page. Hopefully we'll have news soon. So, Ncuti Gatwa told everybody to go touch grass. He said that for every bigot that left Doctor Who, there'd be like 5 more diverse people that would flock to the show. They actually designed Ncuti's era on Doctor Who to be TikTokable for the modern audience, and there was no modern audience for it. Imagine that. Imagine that. You've chased off all the families, you've chased off all the normies, you've chased off all the old heads, and now you got nothing. Doctor Who is dead. It's done. This is actually the worst. The ratings are the worst that the show has had in, I think, ever. I'm pretty sure it's ever. And it was canceled when things were better back in the 80s. I mean, that is a monumental feat, right? They brought Russell T Davies back. They brought David Tennant back, and they still managed to fumble what should have been a very easy fix, easy win. And, it's like, I'm sorry. I don't feel bad at all. To me, Doctor Who ended with Capaldi. Everything else has been apocrypha. It's been silly and stupid, and it doesn't feel like Doctor Who. And there have been moments here and there where I watched some Jodie Whittaker. I'm like, yeah, it's okay. I like the guy that played the Master on her run. I thought he was actually pretty good. But like, nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. He knows what's going on. He just doesn't want to say it because that means the bigots won. The bigots won. But even the people that were defending Doctor Who the hardest during Jodie Whittaker's run, during the Ncuti run, and I think they were afraid to say anything because they don't want to be like the haters that don't like the gay black doctor, right? I mean, nobody wants to be the bad guy, especially these people that are like super progressive. They're like, well, you have to give them a chance but now they're even coming out and being like, yeah, the show's dog shit. I mean, we've got people on the left. They're like, it's preachy and it's just not good. And it definitely is not Doctor Who, and they got to fix it. They're calling for a reboot, like a complete reset. Just hit the button, just reset the universe. They could do it. I mean, come on, you're dealing with, just hit the reset button and just be like, yeah, I just started over. We're back to 1. A Doctor Who source explained this letter is a production notes diary for when the show is in production or on air. And as Russell has stayed within the piece, it's a pause. Shuigawa has confirmed his exit as the Doctor, with the drama ending on an ambiguous note as Gatwa regenerated into Rose Tyler. We don't know if it's Rose Tyler, but yeah. And that was my understanding of that, is they reshot the ending to try to bait Disney into like, oh, you're bringing Rose back? Okay, well, maybe we'll give you another, $500 million to burn. I mean, come on. Instead of making another theatrical release, instead of spending $100 million on another Lilo and Stitch, let's spend $100 million on more shitty Doctor Who that's not going to bring anything to Disney Plus and net us bad headlines. And we don't even own the franchise, right? So Disney's taking the hit for Doctor Who, and they don't even own it. They co-financed it, but they don't even own it, and they got to deal with this shit too. And that's one thing that is poison to Disney, is negative headlines. Like they'll do the stupidest shit in the world, right? But bad press is like holy water to them, and they will go out of there and they'll be like, yeah, well, Doctor Who's not our problem now. It was a huge disaster. The headlines have been terrible. The ratings are terrible, and we're done. We're done here. The BBC has not made a decision about renewal, while questions linger over its co-production deal with Disney Plus, which streams Doctor Who in the US. I would be absolutely shocked if, and it could happen, but I would be shocked if Disney would spend more money on this show. I mean, it's just, there is no return. What return on investment? If it was burning up the charts on Disney Plus, and look, Doctor Who's a very different audience than the Disney Plus audience, I think, for the most part. If it were burning it up on Disney Plus, you'd be hearing about it. Oh my God, Doctor Who's one of the biggest Disney Plus shows. There hasn't been a peep. We don't know what the Disney Plus numbers are, but I can imagine they're not very good. Doctor Who ratings. Okay, Deadline has analyzed official 7-day viewing figures for season 15. It does not make easy reading for those involved in Doctor Who. The season averaged 3.2 million viewers over 8 episodes, which is 500,000 viewers down from last season. Compare season 15 to Jodie Whittaker's last outing, and things get grimmer. Season 13 pulled in 1.7 million more viewers, averaging 4.9 million in 2021. And those were down from Capaldi. And those were down from Matt Smith. So it's like Deadline has used viewing figures from Barb, the UK's official ratings body. They include on-demand and streaming viewers on television, but are not the full picture. They kept trying to, like, the Radio Times kept trying to bullshit people into, believing that Doctor Who was doing fine and that we just had to wait for the +7, the +28. It's okay, guys. Doctor Who's great. And then they're even kind of like, yeah, okay, so Doctor Who's not doing so good. Damn it. The bigots won. The chuds won. The bigots won, and they're getting it canceled. I never thought I'd be happy to see Doctor Who go, because I love it. Doctor Who was one of my favorite shows for a long time. As far as like must see TV, for our family, Doctor Who, they kind of missed out on Eccleston, but Tennant through early Capaldi, it was must see TV for my family. We all watched Doctor Who every Saturday. We watched Doctor Who together, and yeah, it's over now. It's just done. Nobody in my family watches it, including me. I was the holdout. I actually suffered through like the first season of Jodie Whittaker. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I am out. I am so out. Broadcasters and streamers prefer to use 28-day figures, which provide a more conclusive overview, kind of like podcasts, right? 7-day viewing is usually directional, and the pattern of decline will be reflected in the final ratings. Yeah, people aren't suddenly going to be like, you know what, everybody, you're missing out. You're sleeping on Shooty Got was Doctor Who. It's the best thing on TV. Don't listen to the bigots. Look, we got liberals, like very progressive people being like, yeah, show's dog shit now. Same with Star Trek. Like you couldn't make excuses for it anymore. At first it was about like, well, owning the chuds. Now they're like, yeah, just admit it. The show's not very good. Star Trek Discovery was not good. It's just not good. BBC spokesperson said Doctor Who is BBC's biggest drama for the under 35s and remains one of the most popular brands on iPlayer. But does it make money? Does it justify its existence? It's just, God, I don't know if I, 38 comments. Okay, let's see here. The irony of this news coming the exact day of Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor regenerating to Tennant's 10th Doctor. What? Doctor Who is a joke with the current writing team. It lost its wonder. I'm in my 60s, but I remember when I couldn't wait for another episode of Doctor Who. Yeah. Okay, as for kids, I get it. It's probably not going to appeal to people my age in its current format. Oh, no, I think it would. Done correctly, I get that. I remember watching it, watching the films with Peter Cushing, the Doctor. They made sense. I think a child or a teenager would want. But yeah, basically, it's for kids, but kids don't want to watch it. Love the first Russell T Davies iteration of Doctor Who. This one, nah. The always present background messaging became foreground, the storytelling ham-handed. Yes, that's it. It was always there. I mean, Doctor Who under Russell T Davies was gay. It was kind of a gay show, right? It was, but it wasn't front and center. It wasn't like the social messaging wasn't really front and center, or if it was there, it was done kind of like Star Trek in the 90s where it was there. It was obvious kind of what the writers' opinions were, but it was still a good adventure story, right? And that's the difference. That's the difference. The side dish became the entree. Can I use that? That sounds kind of dirty. The side dish became the entree. The mac and cheese should go on the side of the plate. It shouldn't be the entree. People have made mac and cheese the entree. I do like mac and cheese, and sometimes I do like mac and cheese as the entree, but it should be a side dish. Because, it's going to clog your arteries if you eat it is an entree. Anonymous. Doctor Who has always had background messaging. You have never seen a Doctor Who episode in your life. Oh my God. Is this what they said? No, it's not what they said. They said it was in the background. It came into the foreground. Last two seasons were okay, but not great. I still enjoyed them. It'd be a shame if the series was canceled. It's okay. We've got better Doctor Who, years and years and years. Kind of like I feel the same about Star Trek. I feel the same about, comic books. I feel it's basically like, look, it's no longer for the core audience. They failed to attract a new audience for it. I can always go back and rewatch or reread stuff that I know I enjoyed. And this is why people are playing older video games, not trusting, the stuff coming, the AAA stuff coming out of the studios now, because it's the same thing as the messaging is a huge part of it. It's not everything, right? It's not everything, but it's a huge part of it. But yeah, we got Bleeding Cool, which, I mean, they're huge Doctor Who fans over there. And they were kind of, if I remember correctly, we're kind of like, the bigots are going to be mad because, Doctor Who, now they're even like, yep, shut Doctor Who down. Maybe it's time for a hard reboot. Actually, I'm of the camp that they should just reboot the show completely. If they decide to bring it back, start with a new Doctor number 1. I would make it scarier. I'd make it more adult. I don't want it to be, like R-rated or anything, but I would just realize like that is the demographic. I would make it a little more X-Files. I think I would make it a little bit scarier, darker, make the Doctor a little more unpredictable. I'd get the love triangle thing in there because that worked so well for the Tennant era and the Matt Smith era. Will they, won't they, or whatever. But at the end of the day, the Doctor flies alone. And build some mystery. There's no mystery around the Doctor anymore. We've laid all the cards on the table. I like the idea of like, it's this mysterious guy, and I would like the Doctor to be a guy. Sorry if that makes me a misogynist. It's a mysterious man in a box, and he shows up when he's needed. He does the thing. We don't know a whole lot about him. We know he's a Time Lord. We don't maybe know a whole lot about them. He solves the whatever monster of the week problem. And does every monster of the week have to be an alien? Can we do something? I don't know. And then we kind of move on to the next thing, right? And I think that would work really well. So I think a reboot I think we just know too much about the Doctor, and it's gotten very, very silly. But there we go, guys. He knows it's done. He knows it's done. He doesn't want to admit it. But he cashed his check. At the end of the day, that's all that matters to him, right? He cashed his check. So I'm going to wrap it up, guys. Again, check out news.clownfishtv.com. We will talk later. For more pop culture news, views, and rants, go to news.clownfishtv.com. That's news.clownfishtv.com.